Hello Taurus, welcome to my channel, Sarah Angel Tarot. This is your reading. Remember, it will not resonate with everyone, be your story. But this is for Taurus. I'm asking for new energies to come in for Taurus. Gold Celtic Cross. We'll see what the new energies are. I do shuffle these prior to even turn on this video and meditate on your sign. I do that for all the signs. I try to tap into that energy, Let's see what the beginning energy is coming in. Doesn't matter how much I shuffle these. I get the same cards for a lot of the signs. It means this energy is heavy. Seven of Cups in reverse. Maybe turning away options that are no longer good for you. Turning away confusion. And don't allow things offered to you that are no good for you. And this is what you'll be doing. You'll be being a little picky. Nothing wrong with that. Subject at hand is justice. You're wanting justice. You're wanting what is rightfully yours, what you deserve. And it's in the upright, justice. What's crossing it? The Magician, maybe manipulation. Maybe you're having trouble in a way trying to manifest a situation in your life to where good things will come to you. What crowns you or your goal is death in reverse. Some of you may be trying to resurrect a situation that needs to be gone from your life. That is a confusing offer. Or something, you're in remembrance. You're thinking about this. You're thinking about an ending that happened with death in reverse. Current environment, or foundation I should say, is the Four of Wands in the upright. That is trying to establish, manifest a happy home. And I'm going to clarify these, so bear with me and I'll change up the story a bit. I just try to tell you what each and every card is to get you an idea whether it resonates or not, whether it's your story. In the past, you weren't 100% happy with your life or situation with the Sun in reverse. We'll clarify. Near future, you are coming out of disappointment in some way, coming out of sorrow, coming out of feeling like nothing was going in your favor. You will possibly see the positives that are in your life, or two full cups that were there that you just didn't really see before. Because with the Five of Cups in reverse is someone that sees three spilt cups and they had two full cups. They just can't see usually the positives or the good things that are out there because it's hidden from them in a way. In reverse, you see it now. Possible future outcome or advice from the universe could be saying to cut things out, have your truth, say what you have to say. Charge forward, go for what you're wanting. Outside influences could be the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or someone taking on this energy. It doesn't have to be an earth sign. It could be someone who doesn't feel real secure and stable in a situation with you, or that's what they're going to bring with them coming towards you. What you're fearing is the Tower. You're afraid everything's going to come crumbling down, and you're afraid it's going to be, shocking in a way, something you're not expecting. You don't like surprises. You don't want your world, messed up right now. The outcome is the Queen of Rods. The Queen of Rods can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Queen of Rods is in reverse and is somebody that is passionate, but they also have a quick temper and they don't like anybody messing them over. And their temper is like that. They can really, snap in a hurry, but they also could turn around and be calm again almost immediately. So it could be that you are taking on this energy at the end, or you will be dealing with this person. It could be that you're going to tell people what you're wanting, what you're expecting. And you may have a couple of people a little aggravated. But I see you going for your happy home and turning around sorrow. You're saying to people, I don't want this Tower moment. Now I'm going to clarify this. It'll change up the story a little bit, or give us a lot more information especially about the Queen of Rods. Let's find out if that's you or somebody else, Now, as the subject at hand, what starts out as the Justice and the Magician is crossing it. You're wanting justice. You're wanting what is rightfully yours. Like I said, you may be having trouble manifesting it, or you're dealing with the manipulator. So justice in the upright, the magician crossing it. Why are you there for Taurus? Yeah, you're not wanting, you didn't get something that you were hoping for or wishing for, and you feel like someone manipulated a situation and you're demanding justice, and you might very well get it. So justice in the upright, the magician crossing it, the Nine of Cups in reverse. Why are you there for Taurus? King of Pentacles. Again, this could be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. It could be you. But it may not be, because I see someone from the outside environment that is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But this could be you feeling like you didn't get what you were wanting, your stability, all the things that are rightfully yours. Let's find out what's going on. You feel like you didn't get a wish that you wanted. You are demanding justice, and like I said, you may get it. Now, what's crowning you is death in reverse. Maybe something resurrected. Maybe you're wanting a resurrected situation, or maybe you're having trouble for getting an ending or wanting something to end. So the death in reverse, why are you there for Taurus as the goal or what crowns them? Ooh, Five of Swords, you are taking up for yourself. You may end something that is not what you're wanting. Someone may try to resurrect the situation, but there is going to be an argument. Maybe you are argumentative with the Five of Swords. Maybe you're just not, maybe you're just taking up for yourself, because I do see a lot of that. The death in reverse, the Five of Swords in the upright. Why are you there as what crowns Taurus, or is their goal? I got it. I'll clear my throat in a minute. Yeah, you're thinking about it. You're thinking about having your say and sticking up for yourself, and to make it a little, brutal in a way, the way you're going to put it across. You're, I think, sick of it. Like I said, you're going for justice. You feel you deserve it. Now, the foundation, you want your happy home. You want your happiness inside your abode, and you don't want people to disturb that with the Four of Wands. This is about family get-togethers and happiness and just having a great home. And maybe this is what you're striving for. So, Four of Wands as the foundation. Why are you there for Taurus? The Moon. Do you feel like things are hidden from you? You feel like someone kept a secret with the Moon. Could also be some of you trying to tune into your intuition. So Four of Wands, the Moon, both in the upright. Why are you there for Taurus? Knight of Cups. And you're expecting an emotional offer that you deserve. You're wanting the friendships. You're wanting the love. And you're wanting happiness, emotional contentment. And you, like I said, you may get it, because the Knight of Cups in the upright is a great card. Also associated with Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But like I said, not necessarily as someone who's going to be very given. But you're not trusting in a situation. And you're going to have your say. You feel like someone done you dirty, Now, the Sun in reverse. In the past, you're not exactly 100% happy. And maybe things weren't clearly seen. Maybe, things just weren't working exactly 100% the way you're wanting them. So the Sun in reverse, why are you there for Taurus in the past? You may have rejected an offer, or someone rejected it from you. You may have dropped something. Someone's offering something. You're like, I really don't want this. It doesn't make me happy. The Sun in reverse, Four of Cups in reverse. Why are you there for Taurus? And you're not going to make a decision with the Two of Wands on going with one or the other. Someone may give you an ultimatum and say, you need to make a decision. You're saying, I'm not making a decision. I'm not even going to accept it, whatever you're offering. In the near future, you are coming out of disappointment. You are seeing finally the Two Cups, full cups that are being brought before you. Maybe the Knight of Cups is giving it to you. But the Five of Cups in reverse, why are you there for Taurus? What's going on? And going for a new beginning somewhere, just haphazardly just going into something new. That's the Fool card. I personally like the Fool card in the upright, because it's always like an exciting adventure, entrepreneurs, new beginnings. The only warning with this Fool card is sometimes you jump into something without really seeing everything before you leap, you don't weigh the consequences of what could happen. But It's also like one of those energies where you just fly off to Tahiti or Hawaii or one of those places, or just starting something brand new. So the Five of Cups in reverse, the Fool in the upright, something's trying to come out. I'm gonna let I should. Let's rock the boat here. Let's see what's going on. Why are you doing this? Why are you jumping into something new? Because you feel like whatever happened before wasn't very fortunate with the Knight of Pentacles, or that could be you, but I saw the Knight over here, so I think it's the outside Knight of Pentacles. As you know, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or someone that doesn't feel real secure. You're wanting good offers, new offers, and stable offers with the Ace of Pentacles in the upright because you're feeling trapped with the Eight of Swords. Pulled that off a little bit anyway. But let's go to the possible future outcome or advice from the universe. It's saying if you take the advice, this could happen. You know, it would be part of the outcome, or even change part of the outcome. Ace of Swords is standing up for yourself, cutting out BS in your life, and going for what you want, having your say and having your truth. And it's someone who goes forcefully and does it. You know, they don't mince words. So Ace of Swords in the upright, why are you there? In the advice section, or possible future outcome, why are you there? Yeah, you're wanting your victory. You can have a victory if you do this. Ace of Swords, Six of Wands, both in the upright, why are you there? For Taurus. And you're going to come out anxiety if you do. If you get it off your chest, go for your victory. Just don't sit back and let someone walk all over you. But I think that you already know this. You're coming out of it. I'm thinking the universe is in agreement with you that what you're heading for is right. Going for what you're wanting in your victory, so you can come out of the Nine of Swords, which is in reverse, which is coming out of anxiety. Now, what is coming towards you, the outside environment, I told you before, is the Knight of Pentacles. We already know all about the Knight of Pentacles, except for we need a clarifier. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, coming towards Taurus. Why are you there? Someone's not being very clear in their communication with you. That is the Eight of Wands in reverse, or you may cut out communications with this outside environment. Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, both in reverse. Why are you there? For Taurus. King of Swords in reverse, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. They may have some of that in their chart, their birth chart, but it's someone whose words are going to be very abrupt too, and you may be taken up for yourself. Or maybe they're upset because communications are off. But definitely communications are off with this energy of the outside. You can be dealing with more than just one person. Now, your hopes and fears as a Tower is a legitimate fear. It doesn't have to be a reality, because remember, these are more emotions than anything. So the Tower in the upright, why are you there? For Taurus, what's going on? Can you even see all this? Let me push some of this over. I'm sorry about that. Thought I had it all in the picture. The Tower, why are you there? For Taurus. In the upright, why are you there? Yeah, you're still fearing that Five of Cups, the disappointment. But remember, these are fears. You're coming out of that disappointment, but you're still afraid of it for some reason. You can leave it in the comments if you want, if I have them open. So the Tower, the Five of Cups, both in the upright, why are you there? For Taurus, as the hopes and fears. And you're wanting more stable offers and more stability, especially when it comes to communications. This also could be you wanting to make these communications in your life and these new offers and everything else that are more positive. You're not accepting no more Tower situations or disappointment. Remember, the Page of Pentacles can be, again, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. In the end, you'll be dealing with the Queen of Rods. Maybe this is the person you have to stand up to, and you may gain a victory. So Queen of Rods in reverse, why are you there? For Taurus. Yeah, someone's feeling a heavy burden with the Queen of Rods. Either she's feeling it, she or he is feeling it, or you are a heavy burden. But remember, the advice is to stick up for yourself, because you're going for justice so you can get a victory and come out of anxiety. The foundation is to regain your happy home, and you are coming out of disappointment, but I do have a feeling you're going to have to deal with some people first. But you can do it. Queen of Rods in reverse, the Ten of Rods in the upright. Why you there is the final outcome for Taurus. Yeah, someone's going to be very off balance over the situation that you're dealing with. I do feel like you're going to stick up for yourself. Things are coming in, but you're going to still have to confront the Queen of Rods. This person is maybe a burden to you, or you're a burden to them, and something is definitely off balance. And you're going to have to take, the bull by the horns, Taurus, and go for what's rightfully yours. Because I do believe you will come out of that disappointment if you do so. Don't let the fear of the tower or disappointment or whatever you're fearing get in the way. Communications are off, but I do believe you will gain control if you stick up for yourself and gain a victory, and don't let people take away your sleep at night, because this is the Nine of Swords in reverse. It says, come at anxiety. If the universe wants to give this to you, accept it. And reject all negativity around you that you do not want. Like that tower. In the end, you got the Hierophant in reverse. This is someone cutting something off or breaking a contract or getting away from something that was considered solid in the past. They just don't want it anymore. They don't want the situation. You are coming out of disappointment, but I think you're getting rid of some situations in your life that are chaotic, because there was an injustice. That's the Queen of Cups. It just goes on. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Some emotions are all over the place, but you do get this Ten of Pentacles. I see you coming out of disappointment, like I said, but I also see you having to take up for yourself. And I do believe you will, because your goal has that Five of Swords there. Nine of Wands, and contemplating on how you're going to go about it and putting something to rest that keeps on trying to resurrect itself in your life that you no longer need or want. So if you're wanting out of something and wanting something gone that's an injustice, you can overcome it. If this is I don't think you want this person. If you're a Taurus that is, mindful of a person wanting something back, this is not the situation. This is something else. This is something you don't want back.